Okay, so this video is gonna be a little bit different. I wanted to talk about James Gunn's new DCU and the way that I want to discuss how he's releasing these movies and the direction that he's going with these characters. So I recently went to go see Supergirl. A lot of people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it to a degree. Was it a 10 out of 10 movie? No. It tried to stay true to the comic book adaptation, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I did feel like it lacked that the emotional aspect to it. But besides that, I wanted to talk about how he's handling these characters and the way he's releasing these movies. So James Gunn back in like 2022, if I suppose, had a live stream where he was announced to be the CEO of DC, and he had a live stream where he was showing the direction that DC was going in terms of universe wise, and he released a slate which had upcoming movies. There was Superman Legacy, which he changed it just to be called Superman. Um, Supergirl was on there. He had a Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, no Batman, no no Wonder Woman, he Swamp Thing, and a bunch of other stuff on there. He had a TV, some type of TV series called Sergeant Rock. I suppose, if I remember correctly, Lost Paradise Lost. If I don't know if I said that already, which I heard it got canceled. A Green Lantern show. You know, if you haven't seen it, you can probably find it on the DC channel. But yeah, so he announced all that stuff, which me as a comic book fan, I was excited because I I love these niche characters, and the wider expansion of the DC universe, as well as Marvel. I'm a comic book reader, so I love these characters. But from a casual viewer, that a person that doesn't know about comic books or these characters, I think it's just kind of a step in the wrong direction. And what I mean by that is that I don't think James Gunn should be I don't think he should be releasing these so-called unknown characters as of now. As of right now, the state of DC, I honestly don't know what direction it's going in. I still have hope for it, and I hope it does succeed. But as of right now, we don't have a Batman. We don't have a Wonder Woman. We don't have a Flash. We have a Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and we have a John Stewart Green Lantern. And from a casual perspective, me if I was a person that didn't know about comic books and saw these, Creature Commandos, which no shade, I enjoyed the show. I like I said, I love it. But if I was a casual, to me it would feel like you wouldn't really give a shit about them because they're nobodies, and I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, they may have appearances in the book. That's to a casual person, but they're not. They want I just think that they should prioritize getting setting up the people that we know, like Batman. We do have our Superman. They need to bring in Wonder Woman. We have our Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. We have Guy Gardner, but I just think that we need to focus on the pillars of DC. When I mean pillars, I mean the faces. The faces of when you think of DC Comics, who do you think of? Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, all those guys, Aquaman. I can keep going, but you get the deal. I think we need to focus on the important stuff as of now. As we need to get we need that foundation, so we can so then our to audience, because the audience gonna like, like I said, they're not gonna care. They're just gonna like oh, where's Batman, or and I can understand that, but it's like we should focus. Just get these. Let's get these known characters, and then we can start branching off to other niche characters. And I think he's going backwards with it, which I really don't like. But I do like the way that he's introducing these, but I don't think they need to be introduced yet. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, we need another Batman origin story, which we don't, because who doesn't know the Batman's origin story or Superman's Wonder Woman? But we just need that foundation so we can start branching off to other stuff, so people will actually care. So people will be like, I actually don't want to miss out on this. I actually want to know who these people are. They look interesting, and then they're going and then it's like, oh, they're also connected to the wider universe. And I think that's the way. That's just how, I mean, Marvel did it best. I'm not gonna lie, Marvel did it best. And like I said, I'm not saying you have to copy the exact same formula, but I mean it's right there. I mean, it's like you have to start off. You got to start off somewhere. You can't just go backwards. And I'm pretty sure um, Clayface is releasing this year. And if I'm correct, I've heard that he said Clayface happened before Superman, and he said Superman was the start of the DCU. And I don't understand why we're making a Clayface movie, which I'm excited for the Clayface movie. But like I said, as a casual viewer from a business standpoint, no one is going to care about Clayface if you don't have your your Batman established. And yes, they showed Batman and Creature Commandos. I understand that, but we don't. He doesn't have his own movie yet, and it's like, why why would I care about Clayface if Batman is not around, if we don't it's just it's like, yeah. So I really enjoyed Superman. I thought Superman was, I really think my favorite Superman personally was Christopher Reeves. I think Christopher Reeves was the perfect Superman. But David Cornsweet, he is also really good. I don't know, he might take first place. um like Supergirl, like I said, we need to start building these characters. Start laying a foundation so people can care, because they're not going to care if you don't have a fleshed out story for them, or you're just bringing them in for cameos and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like, I'm excited. I'm excited for this, to see. I really want to see this new universe succeed, but it's like, I just feel like we're taking a step back, and we're doing it the wrong way. And I still have hope for James Gunn. I really do hope that he gets it together. I mean, I this is like my third DC video, but Marvel was really, my first, but I also love DC. I love all things superheroes. I've been doing this since I was a kid, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just yeah, like I said, I don't think we need to be putting Clayface movies before a Batman movie. It just doesn't make sense. And Sergeant Rock, I mean, yes, I do not know who that is. Um, I honestly don't know who that. I'm going to have to read up on him. I did know who the Creature Commandos was way before the show, but Peacemaker, I've heard of him way before the show came out, but he was never really, oh, let me go see what he's about, until James Gunn. And James Gunn has a way of making, like I said, these unknown characters very popular. Like when he was in Marvel, he did Guardians of the Galaxy, which, you know I knew who the Guardians were, but did I really care for them like that as until I watched the movie? Yeah, no, I didn't. But it made me enjoy the Guardians even more than what I did before. So yeah, I just think we need to be prioritizing, setting up the foundation of what DC is first, and then we can branch out to other unknown characters. And yeah, I mean that's all I had to say. Is just, hey, you're lock in.